What's going on, y'all? We are back again for another review of Season 5, Episode 9, The Wilds of New Jersey, a Black Ink Crew. Listen, a hot-ass mess. And I'm not even finna try to make this long because I gotta go watch the other episode. VH1, you trying my goddamn nerves, okay? When this shit premiered, y'all premiered it with 2 goddamn episodes. I was fine with that. Okay, you don't realize what my schedule is, bitch. I got a whole bunch of shit to do. Okay, goddamn, but I ain't complaining, even though it just sounded like I did. But I'm really not. So we go get into this episode. Everybody is back from Miami. Sky, she's out there, recovering and all that shit from pussy surgery, and they in a shop, bitch. They in the shop talking about dildos and all that shit. And, just having shop conversation. Caesar comes in, have everybody to come in on their day off, basically, or whatever, and tell them, he was fucking around with a little tattoo baby. He not gonna kiss and chill, but we know that he was fucking around with her. Melody is back. Oh shit comes. And this is when they find out some stuff about oh shit or whatever, that Nikki is gone to the DR to get her boobs done or some shit like that. I'm sitting here like, so is the DR like the common trend for these people right about now? Because with oh shit women, because first Kathy used the excuse that she wanted to take little Achilles down there to the DR to get away from his ass so she could start anew. And now she going over there, the baby mama, well, the wife, I should say, going out there to get her boobs done. Listen, I do not trust that shit. Going out of state and stuff, out of the country or whatever, to get your boobs done. I mean, I know they do surgery, period. It's because it's lower. It's a lower price or whatever than it is over here in U.S. and all that shit. But that's some dangerous ass shit to do, okay? It's very risky because you don't know how their medical practice is over there and their guidelines compared to over here. But whatever. So, Caesar come in there telling them that they finna go on a team building camping trip, okay? You got Kitty there. I just don't understand why Kitty is there. Kitty is literally atmosphere. Kitty, and at this point in time, can I really be mad at Kitty? Because the bitch get on my nerves, but, she's out here doing what she gotta do, and she getting some free camera time without doing shit. I mean, I sit in the background just like this and be like, I was on Black Ink Crew. I was on this show, too. I ain't had no much of a speaking part, but, bitch, I was there. There I go right there. Blink, you might miss me, bitch. There I go. But I was there. That's Kitty, okay? That's Kitty. I don't understand it, but, hey, she's there riding along the line. I'm pretty sure she won't be back next season. Moving on from there, so they want to do this team. Bitch, did y'all hear when Caesar said he read in Forbes magazine about doing these big businesses going on these retreats and stuff? Bitch, I said you read Forbes since the fuck when? Nigga, spell it. Let me stop playing with it. Let me stop. But yeah, we all had that kind of idea like, bitch, what, for real? But anyway, so they doing all of that, and Melody is back in the shop, and she feeling the type of way still about Teddy. Teddy still feeling a way about her. I just don't understand the reason why Teddy. Okay, some of y'all took offense to him calling Duchess a dreadheaded bitch, chaplet bitch, but I didn't understand why y'all took offense to her, because most of y'all called her talked about her lips and all that shit too, and called her a bitch too. So I didn't understand why you took offense to it. Is it because Teddy always talking shit about women or whatever? Is that what it is? Because y'all say the same thing. Bitch, I didn't take offense to it because I can't stand a bitch, and I call her bitch and chaplet all the goddamn time. And she is dreadheaded, okay? She do have dreads in her hair. But, to each his own. I didn't find nothing wrong with that because I don't give a fuck about the bitch. And I just called her a bitch again. So, I mean, hey, to each his own. Explain that in the comments to me. I probably won't read it, but, whatever. But I will agree with everyone. I think we all can agree that Teddy has an issue, okay? I don't know who hurt him, who touched him, who did whatever to him in his childhood. What is his problem with women? Because he disrespects the hell out of women, regardless. And if you want to throw the Duchess situation in there, you can throw that shit in there. I could put my feelings aside and say, now, if I would have liked Duchess, that yeah, I can understand that's being wrong or whatever. But as a woman, the way that he be talking or whatever, that is fucked up. I can admit that. That is fucked up. I just didn't feel offense to that comment that he said about her. But the way that he talks about women in general It's disgusting as hell. The way that he talked about Melody, calling her a bitch, calling her a hoe, and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, Melody just had a baby and she got a man that she lives with. So where's the wholeness coming in at? Nigga, you the biggest hoe up on this shit. You and Sky. I mean, what the fuck you talking about? You really, you go through women like you go through tissue, and that's if you wipe your ass when you take a shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it, okay? And so I'm confused. Like, what happened? The misogynistic attitude that you have, the disrespect, the disgust. Who fucking hurt you? Did your mama not tell you she loved you enough when you was a child? Was she not always there, to tuck you in at night? Did she not give you kisses and stuff like that? Did she not help you with your homework or whatever and tell you that you was worth something? I'm a little bit confused and I need some answers, because your behavior when it comes to women and calling them out their names, and I'm talking especially about the ones that did not do a damn thing to deserve to be called out their name or any of this negative shit. It baffles my mind the way that he says it so fucking freely, and it doesn't affect him at all, and that's irritating to me. Caesar used to do shit like that. He still does, but not to the level that Ted does. And that was a turn off for me, okay? One of the main negative things that I had about this show. But they get to the team building event and they had to do this rock climbing stuff. He put them in separate teams. Sky was the captain of one and Teddy was the captain of the other one, because, these two ones competing to be managers and having a higher position in the shop. And he just so happened to put Melody on the team with Teddy. Mind you, when Melody showed up, here go Teddy. Here come this tree hugging bitch. Where this tree hugger come from? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay? Oh, she ain't gonna get it. If this bitch asshole want a goddamn apology from me, she needs to go ahead and win this shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up. And I'm so glad Melody was like, bitch, I'm gonna take the apology, but bitch, I don't really accept it, and I know that it's full of shit, bitch. And I was like, thank you. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb, because that motherfucker ain't worth a goddamn thing, bitch. But anyway, the Grinch who throws the pussy, that's how he act. He just act like, ugh, I just don't understand. Moving on from that, at one point they having issues about the freaking bunk beds that they gonna be in. Here go, oh shit, damn Caesar, I just came back from boot camp and jail and living in bunks and all this stuff, and I said I wasn't gonna do that. You couldn't look out for it, brother. Nigga, shut the fuck up. And let's just get on oh shit right quick, okay? Because oh shit is dumb. You get with somebody that you did not look up your research on, and you can't tell me that he did. And the way that he reacted was something, and I understand it's your defense mechanism to pop up when somebody is trying to tell you something negative about something that you know, or that you thought that you know, or somebody that you thought that you knew too. So you're gonna automatically go on the defense or all the time, okay? But also, that is sometimes with some people a tale of showing that you didn't know. So therefore, you got somebody telling you some shit that you didn't know, and you trying to hide the fact that you didn't know by portraying and getting all huff and puff like, oh, don't tell me nothing. My girl tell me everything that she needs to know, that I need to know. Ain't no secrets between us. You didn't know this shit. You didn't know this shit. You can't tell me that he knew that shit. And if he did, he's still dumb as fuck. Him and Nikki are meant for each other. They're just dumb. And I really hurt. You know what? I can't say that Nikki was there for the money or whatever, because oh shit ain't got no goddamn money. I was about to say I hope she do him like girl off that what is the E show Imposters. Got married to the motherfuckers in like a couple of weeks or so, and then left with all they goddamn money and shit. Bitch, do something like that. Anyway, so Sky and them, they looked up information on her. Come to find out, she was married at one point in 2014 to another man. So that it said, because they looking at her comments on reviews of certain products or whatever, and she was like, my husband and I was trying to get this for a charger and all this stuff, and I'm 7 months pregnant and all this. And they was like, well, if this 2014, it's 2016 when they recording this, and probably 17 at the moment. So that's like 2-3 years ago. So that means you would have had at least a baby that's probably like 1 to 1.5 years old or some shit like that, almost 2. 7 months, probably a little over 1. And when you came out here to New York and y'all had that wedding, you only had a little son that was like 7 years old. And so you can't really get they was debating, can you get real abortions at late term abortions. I don't know if they do that shit out there in New York, but 7 months, who the fuck finna get an abortion at that time? That's really cruel, okay? I'll fuck you up if you do some shit like that. Unless that baby is really in distress and your life is on the line, if you ain't had no reason to do it, child, please. Okay, that's the one thing that I don't fuck with. But I'm sitting here like shit ain't adding up. And when they confronted shit with it, she was like, quit telling me shit about that. Y'all, what y'all doing looking up my woman and all this stuff? Baby, they trying to look out for you because you ain't looking out for you. You claim you know everything. You clearly don't, okay? You want that stuff still. Your head is still clouded and the drug is called Nikaya, okay? Nikaya. Did she, I would appreciate having friends or people in my business like that when it comes to people just trying to get the lowdown, because these days you just never know who people really are and what their intentions really are. Okay, you just never fucking know. So he got pissed off about that. They said, hey, fuck it, you gonna do what you gonna do. It is what it is. We ain't gonna say shit else about it, okay? So they doing all this shit. Let's go back to New York for a second. Okay? We up in New York. Duchess come back. She gets a ticket or whatever for that girl to come down there and meet her at a restaurant or whatever. I guess she paid her way to come uptown or whatever the fuck they was at. Cross the barrels or whatever. But this bitch sit down there and they have this conversation and she talking about some. So what happened was me and my sister, we went to Club Onyx, right? And C's and Ted and some other guys was there with him. I don't remember who exactly it was or what they names were, but it was 5 of us and it was them. And then I seen them, they was talking or whatever, but he was taking an interest in my sister. Next thing you know, they started talking or whatever. My sister told me 2 months later that she was pregnant, and then a couple of weeks after that she said she wasn't pregnant no more. And I'm sitting here like, okay, and so you automatically said that was Caesar's baby and all that shit. I truly don't believe that Caesar got this bitch pregnant. And the only reason why it was some shit about somebody else, but I don't think that it's her. But this case, because this shit is too many fucking holes in the story. And Duchess, you dumb as fuck if you really sitting here talking about this bitch talking all this shit, and it's just making me think maybe I left too abruptly, maybe I left too quickly. I mean, it's got me thinking about a lot of things in this relationship. Maybe I should have stayed and actually talked to him about what was going on instead of taking the words of a nobody bitch ass stranger. I said, you think? You think? That's the first thing you do. You talk to him. You don't just fucking run away, because the problem ain't gonna go nowhere by you running away. It's still fucking there. Okay? And then she was like, well, bitch, if you got all this stuff, where's the proof? She said, bitch, we got FaceTime screenshot of them two FaceTiming, and also got receipts and text messages of them talking about the baby and all that shit. She said, well, where is it? Look, I don't know you. I ain't got nothing to do with this, and I ain't gotta prove shit to you. I said, bitch, Duchess, get your ass up and just fucking go. Duchess, you sat there a little bit too long, because this bitch, as soon as she said she ain't had to prove nothing to you, you should have just got her, okay? Now, if I'm sitting here finna cause a scene at somebody's place of work, and I'm saying that my sister got pregnant by your man or whatever, and then the next time that we come up there and you want to talk to me, bitch, you damn well I'm gonna have every fucking receipt and proof that there is, and I'm gonna show you. No, this is not Photoshop, this is not copied and paste, this is not nothing, this is authentic, okay? We can go down and get this shit legalized and all this stuff if you really want to check it out, okay? If it was any damage or some shit, foolery going around. She ain't do none of that. Bitch, I said, Duchess, get the fuck up out of here. You ain't got time for that. Go back down to North Carolina, which she did, talking to her people. And her lady was like, she was like, she missed her friend. He her best friend and all that shit. But the daddy said, I just don't see you and don't think that he is the man that you need to be marrying. The daddy really wasn't here for Caesar from the get-go. He was not here for that man from the get-go, okay? So that was that. I'm sitting here like, Duchess, just stay down there in North Carolina. Worry about your shop and just do you, okay? Let's get back to the fucking camping trip, because this is where shit get fucked up. Now, earlier, Caesar had called Tiffany and asked her could she come back, come to the camping trip. She said she didn't want to fuck with them like that because of Scott and all that bullshit. She said they made a compromise and said, you know what? I'll just come on the last night. He said, just come on the last night. She drove down there, up there, and that's what they did. Come to find out, Caesar has rehired her because he wants that money. You know, she's bringing in celebrity clients and all that stuff, and she's a good tattoo artist, and that's what they need, the brand and all that shit. So he's gonna hire her and have her working at 125th. Fine. Okay, that's one way to calm down the ish, the drama, whatever. Don't have the two people with the major drama in the same place. Why the fuck she come down there? They was like, bitch, what? And then he was like, we need to get along, and anybody got some issues, we just need to put that shit out on the table. Melody never seen this bitch before, so, she was like, hey girl, how you doing? Okay, whatever. So they sitting down there. Sky even fakely, said, welcome Tiffany, trying to be sarcastic and all that shit. So when Caesar said, let's get the shit going and all this stuff, they go into talking about how, she just don't understand why she got into the fights and all this shit. Bitch, Melody said, well, bitch, damn, how many fights you done had in? She said it was like 3 fights. You done fought 3 bitches up in here already? And I'm sitting here like, here come Donna ass talking about some, so you fighting inside the shop? Who does that? Why would you do that? I said, Donna, hush. Just shut this fuck up. Shut it up. You was not there. You don't understand the logistics and all the pieces that was into it. Don't even do it, because none of those fights were Tiffany's fault. Okay? Kitty was talking bullshit and got in her face. They was faced up and all that shit. Yeah, she could have held back and just paid the dust, but bitch, no. That bitch deserved to get decked in the fucking face and hair pulled and all that shit. Sky has this unresolved and unaired and unsaid issue with Tiffany. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I ain't finna be fighting no bitch over somebody just because they probably said something about a bitch that I eventually ain't gonna fuck with no more. Like, come on. And Duchess can make up with the bitch because of a misunderstanding and they work out their issues. How come y'all can't? You ain't even really had no real issue or real reason to be pissed off at the girl, because the girl really didn't do shit to you, okay? She's been cordial ever since she came up in that goddamn shot, all right? And then the incident with Babe and her friend lying to her saying that she was talking shit about her, and they got into that fight outside or whatever, and that wasn't even her fault either. Shit, that wasn't her fault either. And then they talked that shit out and it was all to the good. The only stubborn bitch that can't do shit is Sky, okay? This whole time you talking shit to Tiffany about what's going on when you're supposed to be making amends and trying to get on an equal footing and equal standing and all that shit. She was like, because Melody was like, damn, you getting into all these fights? And she was like, I don't know why. I guess some people probably jealous. Jealous? I said, come on now, Sky. Mind you, earlier, Caesar had went and talked to what's his name, Teddy, to see how Sky was doing and what he think about promoting her as another manager and all this shit. He giving good stuff and saying, she been here the longest, she loyal, all this shit. So he was about to give her a promotion. This bitch fucked it up by acting the way that she was acting. I said, here you go. Sky gets in her own way, okay? She gets into her own way and fucks up her own opportunities, and that's just, that it's not even funny anymore. It's quite sad. It's quite sad because you're a grown-ass woman and you can't control yourself. That's what it is, all right? It's no excuse. I can't make excuse for this bullshit. It's none whatsoever. The behavior was once again disgusting as fuck, okay? Because that girl was not coming down there to fight your ass. You getting all up in your feelings. That's what happens when you talk shit out. I say something that you probably won't like, and let me come back and tell you what my feelings is about that, and let us meet in the middle and clear up this misunderstanding that we have. That's what adults fucking do. We don't get up, we don't throw fits, and ha, and then let me take off my wig and my head net and all that shit, and then get over there and try to start fighting. Bitch, she said I put that shit on my kids. I didn't take offense to Tiffany saying, bitch, your kids, you don't even fucking see your kids. You don't even got your kids. Because, Sky, you use your kids as a fucking crush and you ain't even got them. You don't even see them. You don't put shit on your kids. You don't do shit for your kids, and you ain't living your life or whatever for your kids. So let's stop that shit. All right? I know it's a touchy subject, but damn, come on now. Anyway, so they tried to break that shit up, and Tiffany said, fuck this shit, I'm gone. I don't give a fuck about Black Ink, this pussy ink crew, bitch. And she said deuces. At this moment in time, Caesar was over the fuck shit, and he said, you know what? Fuck this shit. 113th is closed. And I said, oh, everybody out of the job for right now. We're going to see how long this lasts, and it's going to pick up in the next episode. But that was episode 9, y'all. Let's get into episode 10 in the next review. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.